welcome to For the Love of Making Books. So this is the third part. I'm going to attach a closure. I'm going to attach this front piece. And I'm going to put in, this is my inside, front inside and back inside cover. So we'll start with the closure. I'm going to actually try something I have never done before. I have given it some thought, but I was going to cut a slit in the spine here, just the thickness of the ribbon that I'm going to use as the closure. So it's quite flexible. I'm just going to make sure I'm in the spine there. Now, I've persuaded myself that this will work for two reasons. This is cross grain ribbon, so it's very, very strong. It's impossible to stretch or rip. The outside has got a layer of matte medium on it. Sorry, I'm just going to put on my glasses here to make sure. Right, I think I'll go again. Turn it round again. So I'm hoping that it won't split. Right, so I'm right through there. I've used a very sharp blade, a new blade there. So I had a wee bit of, because I did it twice, I've lost a wee bit, but that's okay. I'm hoping it's okay anyway. Sorry for all this movement. So I'm going to poke this through. My idea is that I'll glue it down here, put the cover on, and then it will tie. So you can see I need to close it and make sure I've got the length correct on both sides. So I think that's more or less. And with chiffon ribbon you can actually just close it like that, which is quite nice rather than a bow every time, so because you can't tighten it so much you can't open it. So I'm happy with that placement there. So just to secure it even better, I'm going to use some masking tape. So I'll try and get this straight as possible. Okay. Just add an extra layer there. And then this is going to, I could put a little bit of glue, I suppose, underneath it, because even if it bleeds, it's not going to make a lot of difference. Getting very near the end of this glue, so it's very thick and hard to get out. But I'm determined to get it out. So I just keep it in an upright position there. So it's just a matter of keeping it straight, I suppose. Just a few extra bits to tack it down. I don't want to put so close to the edge that the inside cover doesn't cover it, if that makes sense. I know I'm going to have problems probably here I might end up putting another piece of ribbon over the top of that, because so what I might do is when I stick this back piece on here, I might just leave space that I could slot in another piece of ribbon there. I don't have it prepared already. Now this is just an A4 simple alcohol print on card, white card. So it's done on a jelly plate, because sort of the theme of this book is the jelly printing. Now if I left it like that, it would be just a smidge too big, so what I'm going to do is just trim the tiniest wee bit off and measure it again. So just a wee whisker. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then this one here, that one actually might need, yeah, I'm going to need to take a bit off this side as well. So there are many different ways of attaching a closure. I suppose are ones you don't need. Closures on at all. You can have a loose piece of ribbon that you just take on and off as you work in the journal. So there's that. Let's check this one. That closes okay. I still think I need another little bit of this. I could have got out the paper trimmer, but for some reason my phone is very close to the table. I don't have very much room to bring things in and out. So I'm lining it up here where I want it and then just checking it closes okay. So I'm happy enough with that. I'm going to lay that to the side. So I'm going to leave open a wee bit in the middle, just in case I can get a little bit of, I wonder should I leave, maybe just leave one whole side open, just that little bit there, so I can make that adjustment. So I'm just doing glue stick, and then our art glitter glue. I really need to refill this art glitter glue. I'm not sure what's in art glitter glue, but when it's shipped to this country, it comes with a warning on it that it's not suitable for children because of potential damage to their reproductive organs. So that's a little bit scary. So I'm not sure why that is the case, but so I'm just putting that down for a wee minute, because the momogami back here is very lumpy, so it's going to maybe need a second. So we still have the potential of putting in something there just to cover that bit of masking tape, but I just feel I needed that. So I'm being quite generous here. And this has been oozing, so I might as well use it. So even when I get it down positioned, I can go back with this fine nozzle and squeeze in some more if it's not adhering properly. Oh, did I? Yeah. Do that in the correct way. So it's quite early days in the making of this journal, so I thought if I went for monochrome, more neutral inside cover, it could, I wouldn't be saying later on, oh, I wish I hadn't used that colour, or it sort of isn't in keeping with the rest of it. So now when you see that, it's not very visible. I probably should have gone ahead and stuck it down, and then any extra ribbon I could have put over the top, so that's maybe what I will end up doing. So this here, I'm going to think of some alternatives there with that one. So that's the closure done. It's going to be like that across the front. So we'll let that dry up a bit and we'll put this on. I was thinking of just doing the U shape, just so that I always think it's nice to have something in the front that's interactive, so maybe just do that. Doesn't have to be a huge pocket, so I'll maybe put just extra glue. Maybe go down a little bit, because if you have a pocket you need room for whatever's in it to be visible. So this is going to be quite difficult to stick down, and my clips don't go far enough, so maybe just weight it with a heavy book until it's glued. I just want to talk about some ideas I have for the inside. So I've taken some jelly prints and made these tiny little envelopes. I was just experimenting with different sizes. That's a 2.5. Now it says 2.5 inch. It doesn't look. Oh yeah, it was a 2.5 inch piece of a 2.5 inch square. So we don't do inches in this country, so 6.5 centimeters, and that's the kind of envelope it makes. So I've been making these just and experimenting with different sizes. So I've got small, getting bigger, and then I had this sort of, well, I made some of these kind of envelopes. I haven't stuck them together yet. I sort of thought, well, if I'm going with a sort of Christmassy theme on this, and there's a 25 on the front cover, the envelope sort of suggested to me an Advent style of interior, where you could have numbers on the end. It doesn't have to be an Advent calendar, but just sort of a nod to an Advent calendar. So I'm still thinking about that. I'll put the pages in the next time and keep working at this. Come up with some. This side here of the chiffon ribbon looks okay. Well, it actually looks okay there too. It's just maybe when it's closed. So I'm going to just leave it like that to dry, and then maybe work on some of my different prints. I have accumulated some. I've even got some fabric jelly prints as well. That was actually using elastic bands on a tube. That's with mohair wool, and that's the negative of the elastic bands on the tube. So that's a jelly print on fabric, which is quite interesting for pockets and things as well. So I'll be using those to make all of the bits and pieces in the inside. I've got plenty of others, some of them that don't look particularly attractive, but hopefully when I cut them up and add some more embellishments. So it's definitely going to be a Christmas themed, or at least a nod to Christmas, using jelly prints, whether on fabric or paper. So I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, I've never seen anybody doing this. I'll probably run a little line of glue that dries clear there and there, just to make sure we have no breakages. So I'm looking forward to doing a little nod to an advent calendar. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll just do it in little stages. Thank you for watching.